Well, today is about actually it's about having a lot to do day to day when you need to find yourself in a place called your workplace, and this makes it very pivotal. I mean, it plays a pivotal part in your life to be part of something. But other than that, when you're working many hours in a row and you need, if when you get back home and you feel that you have to relax and you sit up in the couch, stretch your legs, whatever. What happens is, why it's good for you is that you can find a way to relax that does not demand much of you. Um, I was thinking about playing video games, of course, but as I'm still learning about the platformer Dracula X with all the RPG elements, strategic elements, and exploring elements that are involved with that game, I just felt that I needed to play something that is so much more undemanding and a little bit more straightforward. And what I've done is I played a few rounds of this virtual racing for the Mega 32X. Mm. And why it is good, I'm not saying. I mean, I don't know if you have this. This is what the box looks like. I don't know if you have ever played the Mega Drive version with the Sega Watch chip in it, because that chip makes the cartridge a bit, massive, to be honest. And it is quite a good game, but I just have the feeling that on the 32X, even though many of the basic notions of what the graphics are like is similar, and even if that crazy thing that every time you crash into something doing a sharp turn, uh, it always leads you to do a forward flip up in the air and then landing like that. No matter how you crash into something, that always happens. And I mean, I can be honest with you with this. It's difficult for me to actually finish races. But what is the difference between this version and the Mega Drive version? Well, graphically, well, the details is the basic. I mean, the basic structure of how it looks is quite the same, but there is one big difference, and that is in the actual processing of the graphics, the flow in the graphics, the fluid movement, and the basic notion of how you handle maximum velocity. Then again, it is difficult to play in some cases because you need to learn the difference between soft turns, medium turns, and sharp turns. And if you don't go easy left, it's very hard to not do the big turns even when you don't want it because it's a process you have to go through learning to work with both the maximum sense of velocity and turning the car. And that's a learning process. But since it's a fluid, fine flowing game, you are happy no matter what the end result is from playing it. I'm not saying it's the first release you're going to get if you have a 32X. But why don't? I mean, you could just, I don't want to advertise the game here, but I'm just saying if you have a machine, it's a worthwhile game to have. It's the gameplay is still in the end very undemanding, and it's hard to become frustrated because it's such a nice environment. So this is what I have to say today, and this is what I think personally. I'm not saying you have to agree. It's just that it is a good game, and it's been circulation. It's been in circulation for a long time. So getting a inbox copy is not that expensive. Thinking about it, so that's what I have to tell you for today. And next time I will talk about something different. Good night. Take care and everything.